Well, our first priority is going to be ready to play and try to win the game. And this is a team that's 4-4. That's a better record than what we have. So we're going to do everything we can to prepare them. We're going to get a couple coaches out this week. We've been doing that in other weeks too. We got some capable guys as GAs and helpers that are capable of getting us through a practice, and we'll get some guys out to try to help recruiting. But we need to do what we need to do to get ready for the game.
Scott, Adrian was named the Big Ten co-freshman player of the week today. What do you think about him getting that award?
Co-freshman player of the week? Who's the other one?
Ron.
Oh yeah, he deserves it too. We got a good one. For him to be doing what he's doing at his age, I've said it a bunch, but it's pretty impressive. And I didn't realize he was 25 or 29, and really had another one that got dropped. Their middle of field safety made a good play on another one, and he threw another one away. So it's hard to be much more efficient than that. When I was here, I didn't get to throw 29 passes in a game, but there's no way I would have completed 25.
Scott, you have a JoJo dominant outside backer now. What kind of went into that decision and his versatility maybe that he can bring?
Yeah, that isn't a position move. That's just a guy that knows safety that can also play nickel for us. Our Sam backer and nickel is outside backer and nickel is kind of interchangeable. JoJo's a safety, but especially with Ferg gimpy a little bit, we needed another body down there, and he's a smart enough kid to know both those spots and give us some depth at Sam backer, particularly when we're playing teams with 3 wide receivers.
Scott, you had your best offensive output of the season, 659 yards. What's clicking? Because that was a pretty good defensive front you faced on Saturday. What's clicking?
We're just starting to execute it at a better rate. I've been saying we've been getting better. I think that showed up on the field. We just come short of a couple wins, but the offense is starting to understand the system. You can really tell on Mondays when we put a new game plan in, and the majority of it's stuff they've repped before. It's just different looks, different formations, things like that. And the last couple weeks, they just go out and run through it like they've been practicing those plays for 2 weeks. And that's when you know guys are starting to understand the scheme, understand their individual roles within the scheme and how to make something work. And our percentage of plays that everybody executed on was a lot higher than it has been in weeks past, and it's been moving in that direction for a while.
Did Miles Jones get in the game late? What's his development been like here the last couple of months for you guys?
No, Miles didn't get in. We're going to try to use him as much as we can when the opportunity's there. He's like several other freshmen. They're really close. They're really close. We just need to see a lot of consistency to feel good about having them out there when the chips are down, and hopefully that time's coming before this season's over with Miles.
You had mentioned on Saturday that Devon was a Sunday guy, meaning the NFL. That's quite a compliment. I was curious, what about him do you think translates to the next level? You obviously think a lot of this game.
Well, I think I've said this a bunch. I think he's a step and a half faster than he was at the beginning of spring ball last year, and I think he's leaned out. He's gotten faster. For a guy his size, he makes people miss. I think you were able to see his top end speed the other day when he broke him. He finished him, and he's big and strong enough to run powerful. I had the opportunity to coach a great player before named Royce Freeman. Devon's a lot like him. Royce is having a really good freshman year, and I love watching him and following him, and Devon's the same type of running back.
Scott, it's my understanding that Bethune-Cookman might not have taken this game before the fact that the staff knew you guys. Can you kind of walk us through just how this game was put together, your relationship with that staff?
I think the relationship with the staff mostly hinges through Sean Beckton. Sean's a guy that was in Florida his whole life, and everybody down there knows how good a man he is. And we needed a game. I wanted our guys to be able to play 12 games. I'm not sure if they'd have turned it down. We're paying them quite a bit of money, but you know, we want to go out and play as hard as we can and try to get a win. I know they want to do the same thing, but I think both staffs understanding that there's good men on each staff. Sean Beckton being that kind of guy, I think they trusted us that our intentions were right in regards to this game, and we're glad to host them. Got a lot of respect for them and their coaching staff and their players, so looking forward to a good game.
You went back and watched Saturday. Was that the best you've blocked on the perimeter title in this wide receiver?
Yeah, at times it looked like I want it to look. I said it in the post game, but one of Divine's long runs. Anytime you're in quarters and we have one hat for the corner and the safety, we want our wide receiver to MDM block the most dangerous of the two. We called it double read here when I was in school. Matt did it, Jeff Lake did it, Lance Brown did it, Sean Weeding, all those guys. Johnny Vedra was the best at it. Haven't really seen one that looks like it's supposed to look yet until Saturday, and Divine broke the run to the front side the other day, and Mike came down and got the safety, and the corner fit late and turned into a touchdown. And those are the kind of unselfish plays that we need to have. One of the marks of a really good team is when their wide receivers block. That shows guys willing to sacrifice for the team even when they're not catching a ball. They go make a play that can help the team win, and there were some good blocks on the perimeter Saturday.
The Eric Lee play on the kickoff return, did you notice that? Did you notice him catching him as it happened, or did you see it on film, and what was your reaction?
When it happened, I was just hoping somebody would catch him. But Eric showed good hustle on that play. You know, he wasn't in position when he broke and continued to fight and sprint after it, and that turned out to be a really big play to get him stopped and then not getting any points out of that drive. So that's the kind of effort that we're looking for and that we preach to guys all the time. It was good to see it show up.
Scott, you mentioned Sean Beckton. How much did it help during the tough start to have a staff that it wasn't a first-year staff that you knew well, or just the steadiness they showed through the tough start?
Through this whole thing, I knew we had the right guys. I knew we were in the right schemes. I knew the coaches were coaching the players the right thing. I trusted every one of those guys. I said this before, but it was important through that the players didn't see us change. I don't think that's very good leadership to get them all fired up about this is the way we're going to do things, boys, until a couple things go the wrong way and then we change. I got a lot of really good men that I work with. I trust them. They've been doing the right thing the whole time, and it was just a matter of time before that led to good results. But having the whole staff come and guys that I trust and that I know can do the job and I've seen do the job before, that gave me some peace of mind that I knew we were moving in the right direction, and we still got a long way to go, but I know we're moving in the right direction.
Scott, the players seem to really enjoy the day out today. How important was it just to give them a little bit of time to themselves next week and get forward?
Yeah, it's not ideal because we need to get ready for this game. We're going to approach this game like any other, and we got to be ready to go out and play well and win the game. But 12 weeks in a row is tough. You see the NFL coaches all the time when they win talk about victory Mondays and say see you on Wednesday. Not only do our guys need to rest a little physically, this has been long and a little bit stressful for these guys, and I think a day where they don't even have to come into the building is positive. So we're going to make up for that time tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, make sure our guys are dialed in and ready, but we just kind of felt like one day off would benefit us more than trying to get them back out there right away again.
You talked about Maurice's talent level and the things he can do, but we see him try to line up a big block. He's done it a couple times this year. I mean, where does that? It seems like he's got quite a competitive edge too.
Yeah, when the ball gets kicked off, he's ready to play, and I love guys like that. The best thing about Maurice is he loves football, and you can see that in the way he plays. You can tell when a guy doesn't even have the ball in his hands and he's playing hard. He must love the game, and Maurice got a passion for the game. He's going to keep getting better too, and I'm glad he's on our side.
You guys had significantly less penalties, especially on the offensive line. Do you attribute that to anything? Just better execution, or what is that?
Yeah, hopefully better execution. Some of the penalties on the offensive line, our feet just weren't in the right place, and you resort to reaching out a little bit. That's assuming I agree with all of the calls, but it was good to see him. It was good to see him down in this game, and you talk about things we need to improve. That's definitely one of them. And I thought in this game we were more disciplined. We didn't have any dumb penalties again, and effort penalties we can live with, but the bad mistakes and the guys not paying enough attention or be focused enough to get those type of penalties, those are the ones we can definitely fix. And a lot of those went away on Saturday, so we need to keep that up.
You ever been in a situation where they got the downs messed up like that Saturday, where it was clearly second down and the ref goes third down, and you had to stop the game there to kind of...
I don't know if I remember that. Everybody makes mistakes. We make mistakes as coaches. You guys write some really dumb things sometimes. But I'm just glad they got that one fixed. For a minute, I thought I was wrong, and I thought I was losing my mind because I could have swore we just got the first down, but as long as the next play didn't go off and we got the extra down, everybody's going to make a mistake from time to time.
Scott, in all your years playing quarterback, did you ever get a run of Statue of Liberty?
No, I never did anything like that. I just handed it off to Amon and Joel and let them do the work. We threw a lot of stuff at those guys. We needed to win, so we threw a lot of stuff at them, and a lot of stuff the guys were excited to go out on the field and execute, and that helped the enthusiasm last week. And boy, a bunch of the stuff that we had dialed up for them worked on Saturday.
I know you have to talk general about it, but with recruiting, did you sense the guys this weekend that were in feeding off full stadium when you're 0-6 and stand to the end and all that, the environment?
There's absolutely no question. Recruiting's going really well. We need it to, because we need to keep supplementing what we have already on the team with some more talent and some more guys that love the game. We're going to love on each other. But I'll say it again, there's not another place in the country you could be 0-6 and have that kind of energy in a full stadium. These fans are incredible. I can't tell you how much I appreciate them, and they've been so supportive even through all this. And I think the vast majority of them can see some of the struggles we've been going through, but can also see the improvement and can see where this is going. And every single one of the recruits commented on it, both the direction they can see this football program going and the unbelievable support. And if it's this way right now, I can't wait to see it once we get this thing rolling. It's going to be a lot of fun around here.
Do you talk to offensive recruits or even defensive recruits about, we got this quarterback and he's going to be here for 3 more years, or do you not try to single out any of your players?
No, if I was a receiver or a running back or a tight end coming into a program and I knew somebody had a freshman quarterback playing as well as Adrian's, I'd want to be at that school. So I think that's a big selling point for us, particularly on offense, even on defense, to be able to play with a guy like that. You want to see where a program's going, and that's a huge piece when you got the right guy under center. And I think a lot of guys that we've had in to visit can recognize that.
Is he okay with it? Like, how does he take that, knowing that he might have to field a few questions?
He's anxious to meet every one of the recruits that's on campus and help us recruit. Adrian's on board, as good a kid as I've been around, and he's going to help do everything he possibly can do to make sure that we get where we know we're going.
They have a couple touchdowns returned on kickoffs this year. What will be your emphasis moving forward on kickoff coverage?
Punt coverage and kickoff coverage have been a thorn in our side. Even in that game, up 3 scores with 5 minutes or whatever was left. If you make them use some clock to go down and get a score, you feel good about the game, and then they get the ball on the 12 or whatever it was. Those things can't happen. So we're going to keep working. Isn't like we haven't been training and working and doing the things, and we'll keep doing them. Guys got to make tackles. We got to kick the ball where it's supposed to be kicked. Touchbacks are great, and one of many things that we still have a lot of work to do on.
Scott, Jeremiah Stovall wasn't on the camp roster. Now he's playing 4 special teams for you. Had a couple big hits on Saturday. How did he do that, going from joining you in September to where he is now?
He started doing things the right way, and he's been a good teammate for the last several weeks. When a guy does things the right way and is a good teammate, we're anxious to get him on the field and see what they can do, and he's taking advantage of that.
One or two more. Scott, just a little bit out of left field, but kind of a general college football question. There's a couple of weeks ago, a team took a backup quarterback and changed his jersey and put him out to line up with a punter, and then they faked the punt. What's your, do you have any good stories about jersey switches that you've come across? Do you have that in your arsenal to try that, or do you think much of that?
I don't think that's something we'll do, to be honest with you. I'm kind of a traditionalist, and anything that compromises the integrity of the game, I'm not really in favor of. If you have a tackle that you want to put in at tight end and you announce it, that's one thing, but I don't know if we'll get involved in that kind of deception. We're looking for any advantage we get, but I don't want to sound like I'm standing on a moral high horse here, but we want to try to do things the right way.
What were your thoughts on Purdue beating Ohio State, and just for the Big Ten West and kind of seeing a game like that play out on Saturday?
It gives me a lot of hope and encouragement. Not that we didn't have hope before, but you know, we're not that far away a few weeks ago from being in the game and have a chance to beat Purdue. In fact, we made a lot of dumb mistakes. We'd have been right in that, or even been in a better situation. And got a lot of respect for Coach Braum. I said that before, and his team. This league is really good, top to bottom, and any team can beat any team week to week. And I think the encouraging thing is, you know, we weren't that far away from winning that game, and then they're able to knock off a really good team in Ohio State. That's kind of how the league is, but I think it shows that we're not that far away.